Introduction: The Stoic Approach to New Year's Resolutions. Narrator: As we stand at the threshold of a new year, most of us are busy drafting lists of external goals: lose weight, earn more money, or travel further. But the Stoics, the ancient philosophers of Greece and Rome, would suggest a different path. They believed that true fulfillment doesn't come from changing our circumstances, but from refining our character. Today, we explore how to move beyond resolutions and toward intentions. By using the core virtues of Stoicism, we can build a foundation that remains steady regardless of what the world throws at us. Let's look at two specific principles: single-mindedness and temperance.
2.
Point 1. Single-mindedness, the North Star. The philosophy: Stoicism teaches us that we should have a ruling faculty, a clear sense of purpose that guides every action. Bob discusses the concept of being single-minded. This isn't about being a workaholic. It's about knowing your calling and refusing to let trivialities pull you off course. Deep explanation: The ship and the shore. Using Seneca's famous analogy, imagine life as a voyage. When the ship anchors, you can go ashore to gather supplies. You might find seashells and pretty stones, hobbies, entertainment, or minor pleasures. These are fine to enjoy, but you must keep one ear open for the captain's whistle. The risk of distraction: the danger isn't the seashells themselves, it's the attachment to them. If you become so obsessed with the stones that you miss the ship's departure, you have abandoned your life's mission for a shiny object. The modern seashell. For many, like Bob, the modern seashell is digital distraction, specifically YouTube or social media. These platforms offer empty calories of entertainment that can consume a whole day if not moderated. The practical resolution: to embody single-mindedness, Bob sets a hard guardrail: no YouTube until the evening. This creates a sacred space during the day for deep work and mission-aligned tasks, ensuring the captain, his higher purpose, always comes first. 3. Point 2. Temperance, moderating aversion. The philosophy: temperance is often misunderstood as just not eating too much cake. In Stoicism, sophrosyne, temperance is the virtue of self-control and moderation. Autumn expands this definition to include moderating our aversions. Deep explanation: the two sides of discipline. Most people think discipline is only about resisting what we want. However, true Stoic discipline is also about doing what we fear or dislike. The foundation principle. Autumn uses the analogy of a home builder. You cannot build beautiful walls, the fun parts of life, without a solid concrete foundation, the boring parts. Life admin, taxes, insurance, and health appointments is the concrete. The energy of avoidance. When we dread a task, we spend more energy avoiding it than it would take to actually do it. By applying temperance to our dislike, we neutralize the emotional weight of the task. We don't have to like filing taxes. We simply have to recognize that it is a preferred indifferent that provides the stability needed for our higher goals. The practical resolution. Autumn's goal is to stop the cycle of procrastination-induced anxiety. By committing to doing these tasks early and without complaint, she transforms dreaded chores into acts of character building.
4.
Connecting the dots. Diagnosing the struggle. The philosophy: a resolution is useless if it doesn't solve a real problem. The Stoics were like doctors of the soul. Before they prescribed a virtue, they diagnosed the illness. Deep explanation. Self-examination. To find your Stoic resolution, you must ask: where am I suffering? Where is my life less good than it could be? Character versus results. If your life feels chaotic, you don't need a better calendar. You need the virtue of order. If you feel pushed around by your emotions, you need the virtue of courage or fortitude. The joy paradox. Stoicism isn't about being miserable. In fact, Bob and Autumn argue that when you are aligned with your mission, you find more joy. True joy, or eudaimonia, is a byproduct of living virtuously. The conclusion: moving forward together. Narrator: as we move into 2026, remember that Stoicism is a practical philosophy. It is not meant for textbooks. It is meant for the trenches of daily life. Whether you're setting a boundary on your distractions like Bob or facing your administrative fears like Autumn, the goal is the same: to become a person of better character. Character is the only thing the world cannot take away from you. This year, don't just ask what you want to get, ask who you want to become. Closing call to action. Look at your own life. Which Stoic virtue do you need most? Is it the wisdom to know your path, the justice to treat others well, the courage to face your fears, or the temperance to stay the course? Share your intentions, lean on your community, and let's make this a year of intentional growth.